delightful.
Wow.
Too strong.
Now Melbourne goes, and Melbourne gets the bucket. Circus basketball to Roof.
Cole! Yes!
Round 7 of the Signet WNBL continues in beautiful Bendigo, with this season's hottest team hosting the most dominant team across the past 3 seasons. No club so far in WNBL 25 has been able to stop this Bendigo Spirit side. They've won their first 8 straight matches in the most emphatic early season championship statement. Tonight they're back on their home floor against the Townsville Fire, a perennial contender for years who sit 3rd on the ladder. Bring their best to the go, and the Fire could be the first team this season to crush the Spirit of Bendigo. We're at Red Energy Arena as Bendigo hosts Townsville on a Saturday night. Hello and welcome wherever you're watching around the planet to WNBL action on 9 now. Ben Waterworth with you alongside reigning WNBL Championship captain Beck Cole. Beck, how good? First up against 3rd in country Victoria on a Saturday night. Welcome to you.
Thank you. I cannot wait. I hope everyone watching at home is comfortable. They have their popcorn, because this is going to be a thrilling match.
Let's have a look at the WNBL ladder heading into this contest. Put some context around this contest as well. And there sit the Spirit 8-0. Townsville, though, 4-3 and only played the 7 games. But Townsville are a very dangerous side who play their best. They could knock off Bendigo tonight.
They really can. This is going to be a game that is 40 minutes of basketball. It's not going to be won in the first or second quarter here. This is going to be a grind. And Townsville have the likes of Woods, who's such in great form, and Lauren Cox. She's been a really great attribute for me as well.
This is the round so far and to come as well. We won't talk too much about Wednesday night's clash between the Fires and Geelong United, but congratulations to Geelong and the Lynx back on the winners list last night. Pretty emphatic win over the UC Capitals, and 2 games to come, one tonight and then one tomorrow with the Lightning hosting the Capitals. But our attention turns back to Bendigo for this clash, and particularly the Bendigo Spirit aiming to continue an undefeated season. 8-0. They can't have started this season more impressively, Beck.
They really couldn't have, and for quite a new team, they have the likes of Tolo, they have the likes of Whitcomb, who's in form. They're big players who are coming in, but then they have the likes of Griffin, Wilson, Samuels, who have been there also as their core group with Kennedy. So, look, Kennedy's put together a great team, and they're humming. They're in great form right now.
And Sammy Whitcomb is leading from the front in her first season as a Bendigo player. Just a lazy triple-double in her most recent outing against the Perth Lynx, who she played such great basketball against. But 16, 10 and 13 is a pretty nice stat line, Beck.
Oh, it's not too shabby if you ask me. A triple-double for a guard. She is in MVP form, and she's been very vocal the last few seasons. She wants to go win a championship, and right now she is helping lead her team to do that.
Yep, she's in terrific form at the moment, Sammy Whitcomb. As we turn our attention to the Townsville Fire, who, as I mentioned off the top, been a perennial contender for a number of years. They're 4-3 so far, looking to go back-to-back after a 1-point victory over Adelaide in round 5. A team that can't be underestimated despite the mass change over the off-season.
They are always a great team. Shannon Seabaum, he has such a high IQ as a coach, and he really does run his players so well, and they're very well drilled. And I think Froling coming back home, she's been a great staple, solid piece, you know, getting double-doubles. Same as Cox, she's a great asset for them. And then we have Woods and Mansfield with that leadership and that experience really coming into their own. And I think they'll probably look for Woods to have a big game tonight.
She's one of 3 co-captains, Courtney Woods, and she's having a terrific season, a big game against the Lightning back in round 5, which was a terrific effort from her. So the Bendigo Spirit and Townsville Fire making their way out onto the floor so far. It has to be noted, Beck, that the Townsville Fire are missing their import, Zaya Cook, not only for tonight but for the rest of the season. A pretty abrupt, pretty blunt statement released only a couple of days ago saying that the 2 parties had parted ways. It sort of came out of nowhere because Zaya Cook had played 7 games so far, so she's missing for this game and the rest of the season. There are your referees on screen as well, all set for a start here at Red Energy Arena between 2 championship contenders. The Bendigo Spirit and the Townsville fight. Townsville under Shannon Seaborn again hoping to finish in the top 4 this season. Bendigo 8-0, hoping to make it 9-0. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the planet. Mansfield getting the start with Cook off this Fire roster. Froling lobs it in. Lovely hand in there from Samuels. Early turnover. These two teams met only a few weeks ago, back in round 3, and Bendigo winning by 8 points on that occasion. Townsville will be looking to claim the win back. Good luck, though, when Sammy Whitcomb's in such ominous form, though. Mansfield, most experienced player on this Fire roster. Can't get the early bucket. A couple of misses for both teams. Burton picks it up a gear. Wilson, Samuels, Tolo, Whitcomb. Great ball movement from Bendigo. Whitcomb from the free throw line gets the first points.
And both teams are in a drop on that screening in their defense. So for the guards, they really need to look at their jump shots like Sammy did there and make the big have to come defend them.
Mansfield in game number 202. They'll start tonight. Here's Ellis, has a good look for a deep 2. Just off target, and Whitcomb's been busy off the glass early stages. Coming off a triple-double. Sammy Whitcomb goes to work on Ellis. Tough, determined, gritty from Sammy Whitcomb.
That was a nice move by Sammy. Kept a dribble alive and got Ellis on a hesitation to the rim.
148 in the WNBL for Sammy Whitcomb. She started in all 148 of those games. Great movement from the Fire, but even better defense from the Spirit. Burton involved on that defensive play. Samuels from deep. Can't get that one to go. Rebound in the end for Townsville, who quickly need a score here. Bendigo looking ominous. Looking in a couple of minutes. Oh, hand in there from Tolo. Get out of my house, says Mariana. Bendigo looking good at both ends of the floor as Samuels drives, scores, and will head to the line to shoot an extra.
And Samuels is so good when she has that aggressive mindset. She's so strong. She's like a bulldozer when you're going against her, and that is tough. Tucks that ball in and going to the line for an and one.
And that's good insight as well, because we all think of, well, the common punter would probably think of Casey Samuels as just a very efficient three-point shooter, but her inside game, Beck, is just as strong.
It really is, and she is athletic. And look, she's undersized for a 4-man, but it works in this league because she's so quick. She can beat other 4-men off the dribble. 7-0
start here for Bendigo. Fire desperately need the next field goal. Woods turned it over. Whitcomb has the outnumber. Burton to her right. Beautiful pass. You can see it coming a mile away.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Seabom calls a timeout as he does now. We need to stop that momentum because the Spirit are off to a blinder of a start.
Sammy Whitcomb making an early statement here. Timeout called. Stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank. So we often ask the expert in this situation, Beck, what would the coach be saying? But if you're a senior player in this situation as well, the Townsville Fire are a young side. There's 3 co-captains out there in Mansfield, Woods and Froling. 9-0 start against an 8-0 team away from home. What's the attitude of the senior players in this situation?
You have to come out and be aggressive on both ends. Yes, it is 9-0, but it's only the first quarter. They've had to do a fair bit of travelling to get here. Get those legs under you. But what they need to do is look after the ball. Bendigo are trying to make them second-guess themselves on that on-ball action. So what they need to do is either be confident in that jump shot, or if you've missed a couple, hey, how can we get it inside, get easy options, and then in that highlight right there, if we turn the ball over, we know Bendigo are going to run it down our throats. So just let's limit the turnovers.
It's just Sammy Whitcomb on screen. Already 4 points, a couple of rebounds, an assist and a steal for Sammy Whitcomb, as Beck Cole mentioned earlier, in MVP form to start this WNBL 25 season. Mansfield. Woods. Alice. And off from Burton, who sends it out of bounds with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
And the Spirit actually looked like they were in a bit of a zone right there. So even switching your D up and making Townsville have to second guess, again, another smart move.
Woods for Ellis, quick release, and knocks it down. Impressive first bucket from the Fire.
And that will definitely be a sigh of relief for the Fire. They've got their first points of the game. Now let's get a stop.
Averaging 6 points per game, Abby Ellis, a regular starter for Townsville. Beautiful pass, Samuels. Burton just fumbled at the wrong time. Oh my goodness, not from there, Casey. Well off target in the end. It's the confidence of Casey Samuels, though, on display from deep. Froling, beautiful team basketball. Ellis missed the easy lay in the end. Froling just favouring her eye after that contact from Samuels.
And that's a great cut for off-ball action. That's what they need. Get the defense to turn their head so you can get wide open layups just like that with great ball movement.
Alicia Froling, I'm back on familiar territory as well. 3 seasons with the Bendigo Spirit. Particularly in the last 2 seasons, really saw her grow as a player, even off the bench. One of the best 6 players in the WNBL. Wicket fading away, hitting a 3. As easy as you like from the start.
And you just really have to be in Whitcomb's pocket. Her shot release is so quick, you can't give her any space.
They're just on song defensively at the moment, Bendigo. No easy buckets out there for Townsville. Froling bullies her way inside and gets that one to go off the glass.
And what poise and footwork by Froling. I do think she does have that mid-range jumper. She is wide open. Have a look at that, but I love the intent she went in for that move there in the post.
Samuels for 3. Can't get that one to go. And Woods did pretty well there to set it up for a rebound for Cox. So after a 9-zip start, Fire just sitting back in recent minutes. Woods works her way into the lane. Ellis, a wide open look for 3. A couple of triples for Abby Ellis.
And great ball movement. Woods getting 2 feet in the paint, kicks it to the corner, and then they pass up a good shot for a great shot, and Ellis making her known early.
Good timeout call from Shannon Seaborn. They've come out, it's been an 8-3 run since. Kelly Wilson pulls up. This is the mid-range 2, but Samuels gives them a fresh 14. Have a look at Mariana Tolo on the inside for the first time. And good defense from Cox. Fire hitting back strong here. Ellis, Mansfield, Froling screaming for it. Cox has a look for 3, knocks it down. What a fight back from the Fire.
That was a great confident shot, but Froling made that 3-point shot open by running down the lane and sealing nice and low.
High energy start here at Red Energy Arena. Wicket fading away. She's so athletic.
And it's a tough shot. What I would do is also help hedge a little bit, because Sammy, when she's feeling it, she doesn't want to pass it. So make her pick the ball up and make her pass it.
The issue is she's a pretty good passer too. Ellis, Froling, takes on Tolo. Can't get the 2 to go though. An important stop here for Bendigo, just to halt the momentum of the Fire. Wickham is causing some serious headaches. Draws the contact and will head to the line to shoot 2. Doing it all at the moment, Sammy Whitcomb. 7th WNBL season. There's Abby Werung we're seeing on screen, checking in for the first time tonight. Pretty handy player to be coming off the bench as well, Abby Werung.
It is. She's been in the league for a while now, and you know, she's so athletic, she's strong, she's a tall guard. She can shoot the 3 unbelievably well, and she can also attack left really strongly. So, yeah, what a great person to be coming off the bench for you.
And also on screen there, handy player off the bench in MVP and 3-time grand final MVP, and Kelsey Griffin. Her 3rd game of the season, just the first few matches due to a finger injury. Locke also on the floor, trying to make an early impression. Tolo brings down the rebound, so both teams introducing a few players into the contest. Tolo, Griffin, goes to Griffin in the end. There was some holding off the ball. It's Fowler also, who was checked in for the fire, and she's called for the foul. happy to be back in Townsville, product of Queensland. Whitcomb gets free. Doesn't get the love off the glass that she was after, and Griffin almost came up with a strong offensive rebound. Fire, bring it down quickly. Ellis, beautiful pass for Froling, who reverses it in.
Oh, what beautiful pick and roll. Ellis drew 2 plays to it and made a dime to Froling for a nice reverse layup.
Impressive start from Abby Ellis, 6 points. Her first assist of the game. Burton, Tolo, back for Burton. Quick ball movement from Bendigo as KG, 23, hits a 3.
And that's got to feel good for KG, especially, you know, making your way back into the league. The season's been going for a few games now. Seeing that go down just builds the confidence.
And it's her first three-pointer of the season as well. She was 0 of 4 from three-point territory prior to today's game. Can that kickstart her momentum from deep as Burton finds an opening and lays it in?
And what a hezzy. Drove baseline. Hezzy faked her defender, got them standing up with a nice reverse layup again. That was some handy skills.
High-quality game, this. 2 top 4 teams going at it. Griffin hits the deck. Fowler can't hit the 3. Locke almost came up with the offensive rebound. Burton for Wicket. Good luck stopping the Spirit when they're in this kind of mood.
You need to make sure if you're doing quick shots, you need to get back on D transition, because that is something that the Spirit does so well, is just push the ball and find open men.
Woods, great defense from Werung. No easy shot there, Froling lost control. It's deemed off Bendigo hands with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Sanding there again from Tolo, who's had some early influence or blocks already from Ariana Tolo. Mansfield, 7 on the shot clock and just over 2 minutes on the game clock. Cox can't hit her second 3. Great rebound, Woods gets the 2 and can make it a 3-point play.
And that is a big play by Woods. Down 10 points for her to get that second opportunity for her team and make the bucket and go to a line. That's a big play at this stage of the game.
Her 5th WNBL season. It's a real new look Fire roster in WNBL 25, but Courtney Woods has been a mainstay for the past 5 seasons and gets better not only with every season she plays, but seemingly every game she plays. Highlighted with a 25-point outing against the Lightning in the Fire's most recent game.
And we see the Fire in a zone now, trying to junk it up, change what the Spirit run.
Werung for 3, can't get that one to go. It's been a little off target compared to her previous seasons from three-point land in recent times. Mansfield gets free, loves the mid-range too. Samuels showing great box out work there to ensure the Bendigo Spirit get the ball off the glass. Samuels' eyes light up. Missed 3. Burton wanted the basketball more than anyone else and forces a jump ball.
And this is the thing with the Spirit. They're so filled with confidence. All of them have the green light to shoot that shot. When you're just playing on instinct and you're feeling like, you know, the world is your oyster and the rim is like a hula hoop, that's just, I think, why Spirit are playing so well and they're on the same page. They just move the ball well and they shoot their open shots.
Number 2 defensive team in the comp, number 1 offensive team in the comp, undefeated. Here's Saffron Shields, star of the future. Almost got her own offensive rebound, but good luck ripping it away from Kelsey Griffin. Burton, closely by Locke. Werung, Wilson. Less than a minute left. Wilson gets to work, trying to kick it out to Burton. They continue to throw the ball around, and Abby Werung is all nylon from deep.
And again, they sort of got a bit out of whack, but they just stuck together, got ball movement, found the open man, and she was confident to shoot that up.
She's a beautiful 3-point shooter, Abby Werung, when in form. Great find there from Cox. Shields just fumbled at the wrong time, and no shot clock left in the first quarter. Ball in good hands with Kelly Wilson. How many times has she been in this situation over the years? Goes to work on Mansfield. Gets the screen from Griffin. Back out for Griffin. Works her way inside. He's fouled and will shoot 2.
Those two together, how many times have they been in that position? And a strong take by Griffin going to the basket.
As we mentioned, just the first 6 games of Bendigo's campaign, fractured a finger just days before Bendigo's first game. Also missed 17 games last season due to a hamstring injury. Good to see her back out there, fit and firing. She looks ominous. WNBL season number 13, the 4-time WNBL champ. Which has been a good free throw form so far. She's 10 of 11 as Mansfield misses the prayer and Bendigo make another first quarter statement. 28-16 at quarter time on their home floor. We'll take a short break and come back with the second quarter action on the other side of this from Red Energy Arena. Welcome back here to the Red Energy Arena. And great scenes pre-game. One of a favourite of Bendigo, Gabe Richards, was honoured pre-game. Her number 20 jumper was retired. She was presented, honoured pre-game. Rightly so. What a star of Bendigo basketball she has been for so long. Beck Cole, and we're seeing another star in her first season of Bendigo, Sammy Whitcomb, putting on an absolute show with the Bendigo Spirit leading 28-16 here at Red Energy Arena. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the planet. Kelsey Griffin coming in off the bench and scoring. She's so hard to stop.
And Townsville came out in the 3-2 zone and Griffin just found where the space was and went to work with only 2 big men from the Fire back there to defend her.
Woods, beautiful pass inside for Fowler. And some real nice team chemistry from the Fire, even though they're down by 12 points so far. Good signs from Townsville. Bendigo, every time Townsville challenge, have a response. Sammy Whitcomb drains a triple. That's 16 points for Sammy Whitcomb already. 33-18. Mansfield trying to respond at the other end, and she has a lovely shooting stroke. Wilson lobs. Don't tell me. She cannot be stopped. Sammy Whitcomb has 19, and we've only played just over 11 minutes of basketball here at Red Energy Arena, and another early quarter timeout from Shannon Seabold.
And when you're in a zone, that is the issue, is that now you leave three-point shooters open, and Whitcomb found her shot in that first play phase, and then in transition, Griffin passing the ball up the floor like the Spirit do so well, and when she has her feet set, that's going up. So right now, I would just lock down Whitcomb. She has almost half of their points. Make someone else score. Make someone do something else. Maybe try face guarding her just for a few defensive play phases and see what that does. Because if she's hot like this, you need to stop her.
Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport, who are 100% committed to delivering excellence in our field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au. Just picking back up on that Sammy Whitcomb point, is there a player from Townsville who you think could play that lockdown role? Because when she's shooting like this, yeah.
I would really like to see Lock on her. Okay. I've been super impressed. I know she's young, but for me, she's come out and always brought defensive intensity. She might be, you know, still learning the game and the IQ of it, but she's long, she's athletic, she's going to have the length on Whitcomb. And I just think she could actually maybe cause a bit of a ruckus and change the game for her.
Still on the bench at the moment. Here's Lock. In the meantime, Froling and Woods, the co-captains, go to work. 15-point differential here. Fowler gets into the lane with 5 seconds left and gets the unlucky roll. Samuels up strong for that rebound. Bendigo at their best on their home floor. Griffin feeds Burton. Good defense from Woods. 5 seconds left here for Kelly Wilson, who kicks it out for Griffin, who has to shoot, does shoot and misses. Good defensive play there from Townsville. Mansfield steps back, bench up, hits the three.
And what a nice move by Mansfield. Step back for a three. I feel like I've seen that before from her, that's for sure.
Really is trademark Lauren Mansfield. Much needed triple for her and her team. Whitcomb at the other end. Can't get that one to go. Shields with a big rebound.
And the Fire just need to chip away. Try get 3 stops in a row. And they look really good when they're all moving and catching the ball on the move. It's hard to stop.
Shields is called for the offensive foul. Everybody must have just come out there. She was putting on that move. The 18-year-old sitting Kelly Wilson on her backside in game number 461.
That number is still wild to me, Ben. It's so impressive.
Ford dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Ford Aussie Hoops to the WNBL, we've been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game. It just feels like Kelly Wilson can get the 500 pretty easily. Still such an integral member to the Spirit side.
She is.
If she wants it, of course.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
That is probably another 2 seasons if we're doing quick math real quickly. Yeah. But she still looks good. She's still a great player to have on the team. She can run the 1, she can run the 2. She knows how to get her team open as a leader and as a point guard, and it really makes a difference.
So she's already got a couple of assists to her name, Kelly Wilson, which takes her to 1,600 assists in her WNBL career. She's now 16 off Kristen Veal, who sits at 16-17. Season number 22, and importantly 12th with Bendigo as well. Played 5 with the Townsville Fire, was really important, particularly in that 2017-18 WNBL Championship, Kelly Wilson. Guarding Lauren Mansfield. Now guarded by Lauren Mansfield. Wilson. Tolo back on the floor. Burton. Tolo. Burton goes to work, driving baseline. And good defense there from Froll.
And the Townsville Fire are icing Veronica Burton, so they're not letting her go over into the middle of the key. They're forcing her to the baseline, and I think that has helped with Burton not being as, I guess, prominent on the scoreboard as she has been in the last few games.
Scary thing is that was Mariana Tolo's first points of the game as well. Mansfield again for three, trying to kickstart the Fire. Lock on a hand in there to give the Fire a fresh 14 seconds. Offensive foul is called, moving screen against Fowler, I think it is. Off the bench, Alex Fowler has her second foul. Here's on replay, Wilson drawing the contact. Fowler takes a seat as a result. Whitcomb.
And this is the matchup I said I would like to see. Lock just a bit longer. She's quick.
She still can't stop Whitcomb, who cannot be stopped. Another long-range bucket from Sammy Whitcomb.
And I love that this floor wiper is in the Christmas spirit.
Oh, yes.
In his Chrissy PJs. I love the festive season. And a shout out to all of our floor wipers across the league.
Thankless task, always quick and on the spot when needed. Cox feeds Woods, who gives it straight back to Wilson. Really important 6 minutes here for the Fire as we tick towards half-time. Can't afford to let this get out of hand. Whitcomb guarded here by Locke. Here's the matchup that Beck Cole called for. Tolo back for Whitcomb. Back for Tolo. For Wilson. Has to put it up. Just got it up in time. Didn't hit the rim. Great defense from the Fire. Samuels hits the deck. Helped up by coach Kiriyama. Foul is called.
And a good defensive set by the Fire. If they can get a couple more of these, try get a few stops in a row and just chip away, the game isn't over, but they do need to make sure they keep getting these stops.
41 to 24. Whitcomb has 22 of those 41. Lock, this time guarded by Whitcomb. Lobs it in for Cox, who has the double team. Froling loses control. Burton sends it out of bounds with 10 on the shot clock.
And I love Fire's high-low. Cox and Froling have such a good connection on the inside, and although a couple of passes haven't pulled off, it is such a great look.
Ellis with 6 to shoot. Lobs it up. Can't get it in. Tolo too big and strong. Burton. Oh, what a move. Gets around Ellison and Froling is denied. There might have been a foul beforehand. Burton showing off the handles. Froling flabbergasted.
And Burton has just been great with that hesitation dribble and standing her defender up. That block looked pretty clean to me.
It did. Might have been on Cox just beforehand, who had the hand in there. Veronica Burton. They'll have the Spalding at the charity stripe. 91% free throw shooter. Spoken before about Bendigo, and I suppose how they haven't had a lot of big name imports over the recent seasons. No disrespect to past imports as well, but Veronica Burton has come in and played a role, fitted into this team with aplomb, and it's just added another dimension to this already strong Bendigo lineup.
It really has, and sometimes it works well when you don't have as big a name import, because she's doing so well on both ends of the floor. In the W, she's known more as a defensive player, but here she's able to grow her game. But, you know, she's a pass-first point guard, which is exactly what the Spirit need when you have the likes and the scorers of a Whitcomb, a Griffin, a Samuels, but then she can get her own when it's needed, and I think she's been a great import to enter the league.
Mansfield, oh, what a move. Mansfield put the right-hand layup attempt up over Tolo. Just didn't quite get the love that she was after. Goes out of bounds, and the Fire have a fresh 14 to work with here. Locke will have the inbounds pass just over halfway through this second quarter. 42 to 24 lead. It's been a common theme in Bendigo games this year. They've just buried teams in the first half, especially in the first quarter. Cox playing out again here. Mansfield goes to work, gets the screen from Cox. And Froling with a rare three-point attempt, well off target. Whitcomb with an easy rebound in the end. The fourth rebound of the game. Werra, Tolo, Burt. Stars everywhere you look on the floor at the moment. Kelsey Griffin can't hit the triple. Mansfield goes to work. Again, Cox sets the pick. Mansfield can't find her off the roll though.
And Spirit doing a great job just getting deflections and hands on that pick and roll defense and getting steals.
A time off Griffin's hands. Turnover against the Spirit. And I have that as Bendigo's first turnover of the game as well. They've been so efficient with ball in hand. Ellis, beautiful move inside. Lays it in for two. A couple of nice highlights from Abby Ellis so far in this contest. Griffin goes to work on Froling. Teammates last season, opponents this season, and Froling gets one on Griffin there with a rejection. This time the clean block goes on the stats sheet for Alicia Froling.
And great defense by Froling, just bodying up, using her body and then using her length on that shot. And look, like you said, she was with Kelsey Griffin at the Spirit last year, so she would know her back to front and they would have trained against each other for a long time.
Ellis for Cox, who wasn't expecting it. Froling almost gave Sammy Whitcomb a steal there. Lock, quick pass for Froling. Jump ball as Mariana Tolo tried to wrench it away.
And what a dime by Locke to Froling. That was lightning quick.
Seen some good signs from Locke and Ellis so far for Townsville. Talked about the inclusion of Burton back into this Bendigo lineup. Tolo's been good as well, but Cox with the reverse. It's one back for the Fire.
That's a nice baseline play for the Fire there.
42-28 here at Red Energy Arena. Burton, Tolo, deep two, good two. She loves that range, Mariana Tolo. Froling, Ellis, Cox, steps back, foot on the line there, so the deep two for Cox at the other end with a great response. Timeout called by the Bendigo Spirit, who lead 44-30. Again, the Fire making a bit of a run late in the quarter like they did in the first quarter.
They did. They got a few stops, getting some nice scores, getting a bit of momentum. And although they're still 14 points down, Kennedy's just like, I want to stop this momentum. Let's regroup my team. Let's talk about a few things, what we want to clean up, and get back out there and put the foot back down on the pedal again.
Ruthless team at the moment, the Bendigo Spirit. Make sure you're following all the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team info, and player info, and much more. So download it from your preferred app store today. If you're in the numbers at the moment, you're seeing Sammy Whitcomb with 22 points, 8 of 12 from the field. Pretty good even spread of contributors for the Townsville Fire. 8 points for Ellis, 7 for Cox, 6 for Mansfield. Good spread there for Townsville, but Whitcomb is quite literally on the stat sheet been the difference between the two sides at the moment. The 7th time this season that Sammy Whitcomb has had 20 or more points, and we're not even halfway through this game yet. As Beck mentioned, keen to play in a WNBL championship, and just as importantly, keen to play with Kelsey Griffin as well, who knows what it's like to win the WNBL championship with Bendigo and the Caps. They look good as a pairing in the early stages of their relationship, as they almost get an assist field goal Double there. Samuels brings down the offensive rebound. Reverses. Couldn't get that one to go. Griffin gives him a fresh 14. Wickham. Quick pass for Werung. Beautiful moves inside. Can't lay it in for two. And the Fire get the stop they were after. Ellis sees an opening. Oh, what a step inside. Abby Ellis showing off her talent here in Bendigo tonight.
She's had a great game in this first half. She's been aggressive, making the right decisions. She's been really impressive.
Oh, everyone was fooled by Sammy Wickham there. Cox is called for a foul. Griffin heading to the line. Sammy Wickham reading it superbly. Cox takes a seat. She was called for the foul. And that is her third personal foul as well. Fowler checks back in, but a star import at 193 centimetres with her third foul before half-time.
Fire will be a little shorter, a little smaller now with Cox going out. So I wonder if we'll see Tolo entering back in the game just to give that height and that advantage. Two fouls also for Fowler and also 2 fouls for Alicia Froling. There's some call for the contact for Bendigo. Townsville bigs with a combined 7 fouls between them. Fowler for Woods, closely guarded here by Wickham. Slipped, puts it out for Locke. 8 seconds to shoot here for Townsville. They go again. Fowler drives hard inside, off balance, couldn't get that one to go. Strong defense from Bendigo on that occasion. Griffin passes inside for Wickham. No foul called. Another 2 points for Sammy Wickham. Nice back cut and an even better pass. That was right on the money from Griffin.
Fowler. Froling. Trying to free up Woods. Gets the screen. 1-2. Great team basketball, Townsville. Less than a minute left here in Bendigo. The home team in control despite Townsville's challenges. Foul called on Locke. The Fire in the bonus. Bendigo will head to the line to make it the half century before half time. Kelsey Griffin. A great night, great season at the charity stripe rather so far. Makes it 50 points for Bendigo. Kelly Wilson almost came up with the immediate turnover, ensuring Townsville are still on their toes. 32 seconds left. 9-second differential between game clock and shot clock as we tick towards half time.
And Spirit is so good at that. Even though they have a nice lead, they apply pressure all the time during the game. And I think that's so great to making sure it doesn't matter if we're up 10, doesn't matter if we're 15. We want to try be up by 30, and I do love that intent by the Spirit.
And they can have the final say of the first half here, Bendigo. Wickham has been the player of the first half for 29 points in the half. She can't get it to go. Time runs out. She'll take 26 at the half. That's 26 of 50s, Bendigo. First half points. Referees just conferring here. Might be a little bit of play left. As it stands, it's 50-34. And we will have a baseline ball here.
And it looks like it's Spirit's ball, so they might, I'm sure they would practice this situation where it's literally, it can't be a catch, it's a tip in.
It's 0.5 of a second left. The definition of catch and shoot here, if you can pull it off. Wickham, Griffin, Oh, they've done it. They have done it. And Kelsey celebrates accordingly. Bendigo make it 52 at the half as the dangerous duo of Whitcomb and Griffin combine. Half-time here in Bendigo. Bendigo 52.
Jackson blows the roof off. Wow, it's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business. Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off. Wow, it's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business. Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Get closer to the game with the free WNBL app.
Clark with the N1!
Check out the fixture and grab your tickets.
What a finish to the third quarter.
Catch game highlights, stay connected to your favourite player or team, and follow live game stats. Anytime, anywhere.
Cole cracks two more.
The WNBL app is where it's at. Download now.
Celebrating 50 years of sneakers?
For a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more episode before bed. Pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the Boomers and Opals to Aussie Hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Welcome back to the Red Energy Arena. Signet WNBL action coming your way, and we're watching the undefeated Bendigo putting on another big, impressive performance. 52-34 leaders over the Townsville Fire. Ben Waterworth with you, alongside reigning WNBL Championship captain Beck Cole. Beck, it's hard to know what to say. Running out of superlatives for this Bendigo Spirit side, who on their home floor are a force to be reckoned with at the moment.
They are. If you're Coach Kennedy, you're going into halftime being really impressed with their defense, keeping fire to 34 points. You can't ask for a whole lot more than that. And then on offense, their ball movement is great. Everyone's getting involved. Obviously, Whitcomb is on absolute fire, but they're all just playing for each other, and it's just a great brand of basketball to watch. And I think if you're the Fire, you need to come out, you need to reset, and you need to get stops. And then on offense, just trust each other out there, do what you know works well, and keep going to the well until it dries up. Keep seeing those options that are working for you and keep attacking that.
There is Sammy Wickham on screen. She already has 26 points in the first half, but that assist to Kelsey Griffin on the halftime buzzer was pretty special, and the team absolutely loved it, and rightly so. Halftime here at Red Energy Arena. Let's look back at round 6 and the top 5 WNBL players.
Wow.
Rochi to the cup for the bursts.
What a great start for Maddie Rochin.
Oh, Hillman with the putback, that's got to count.
The Spirit have an opportunity to take the lead. And one! It falls. Samuels at the hoop. Aggressive. Bendigo now have the lead. What a great pass that was. Griffin, now Wickham. Great cross into the middle of the key and one. A fantastic move. We expect nothing more from Wickham.
That was really, really nice. Made it quick, sharp, what a cross.
Perth can have the final shot of the quarter. It's Soa. It's 3! Mila Soa with a much-needed long-range bucket on the stroke of quarter time.
Part of the Bendigo Basketball Association. It's nothing like a little intra-club competition. It's great.
Welcome back to beautiful Bendigo. We're watching the Bendigo Spirit up against the Townsville Fire, 52-34 lead in favour of Bendigo. It'll be easy, I suppose, Bet Calder, to focus on the scoring prowess of Sammy Wickham, who has a lazy 26 at the half. Well, let's have a look at Mariana Tolo. We know how strong she is offensively. She's had a couple of long twos, but defensively, she's already had a big game. The 6 boards and 2 blocks as well. The presence that she brings to Bendigo at both ends of the floor, very hard to stop.
She's strong and she's tall, and that's what she does. She changes shots. So you might go up feeling confident, then you see Tolo's hand, and you actually change. Maybe you're going up right hand, now you have to go left. Now you've missed the shot. And that's just an asset that they have. And I think Tolo has just shown she just sets really good screens for her guard. She rolls, she'll shoot her open shot, but she almost just goes about her business in the first half, and then in the second half gets those points on the board. But that's just what she does. She rebounds, changes shots, and just helps her team in any way that she can.
She's on screen listening in as Kennedy Kerryama delivers his pre-third quarter address. Just before the start of this third quarter, you can see just on the left there of Mariana Tolo's top is, and players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence, because this season the WNBL, its clubs, its athletes, and of course the Basketball Australia Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. Enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible. And when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia. All the details on your screen there, including a number, phone number to call, and a QR code for more information as well. Great initiative that the WNBL and Full Stop Australia have united for this 2024-25 season. Shannon Seaborn, a bit to work out at halftime, no doubt about that. His team down by nearly 20 points here. I suppose Beck, this is defensively, you're just on from the start here, stops, and you're just grinding away, chipping away at this margin.
You have to be, whether or not maybe you look at going into a full court press in some stages, make them, at least if you're not going to get stops, slow the ball down so then they actually have a shorter period of time to get through their offensive sets. And then also Sammy Wickham, 26 points and a half. You need to stop her. Instead of being a drops, where the big is sagging off on that on-ball screen, I would like to see a high hedge. Make her have to retreat, let the guard get back, or even a trap. Just change something up, get the ball out of her hands.
Well, I saw Nia lock down on her in that first half. She is starting the third quarter on the bench, though, the Townsville Fire young gun. Underway here in the second half. Bendigo with a 20-point lead. Tolo, one-on-one here with Cox, 6 to shoot. Tolo's been so good defensively, can't get her offensive game going here at the start of the third. Woods, Mansfield. It's the screen from Cox, who has 3 fouls to her name, Lauren Cox. Ellis, team high 10 points for her. No easy passes out there. Froling with 7 to shoot. Backing down on Samuels. Goes back to her right and lays it in for 2. Perfect start for Townsville.
And again, good footwork and poise by Froling.
Burton loses Mansfield, but then loses control of the Spalding. Woods steps back, does a Lauren Mansfield move, and is called, well, Burton is called for the foul, and she will go to the line to shoot 3 here.
And that's good. That's great to see Fire get a stop and run. They haven't had many transition opportunities tonight.
With a deadly free throw shooter last year, Courtney Woods, last season rather, 79% free throw shooter this season. Good on the first attempt. The co-captain really has progressed from a hidden gem deep in this Townsville team to a not only a starter, but now a captain of this Fire team. A lot more responsibility on her shoulders this season, and she is thriving. So a 5-zip start to this third quarter for Townsville. Exactly what Shannon Seaborn and his coaching staff would have been after. Samuels, blocked by Cox. Townsville's tails up here. Ellis drives baseline. Woods wide open for three. Can't get it to go. They get a fresh 14 seconds. And Ellis has been hot from deep so far. She is fired up.
And again, they get a stop and then they push in transition. It looks really good. They need to keep this up, keep being proactive in their defense, and then push the ball up the floor.
Timeout called by Bendigo for a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy. Pick up a family pack of Latina fresh pasta and sauce. Ready in minutes and so delicious there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in the chilled pasta aisle near you. 52-40, it's an 8-0 start to this quarter in favour of Townsville. Abby Ellis hits her third triple of the game. It's a season high and therefore career high. 13 points for her, 3 of 3 from deep. And this is exactly what Shannon Seaborn would be after, and now it gives Bendigo something to think about, Beck.
It does. Seaborn would be so happy with the way that the Fire have come out. They've lifted the intensity, I think, especially on the defensive end, and they're looking good when they're pushing the ball and not letting Bendigo set up their defense. So definitely, again, Coach Kennedy making sure, hey, let's have a breather, let's reset, and let's go back to what was working for us.
Their first WNBL season started in all but one game. Abby Ellis, 23 years of age, we're seeing her talent on display in Bendigo against the best team in the comp.
And I like that Fire. They were in a press, not to get us still, but to slow it down.
Yep.
Now there's 10 seconds, and Spirit haven't set up an offense.
Tolo trying to find Samuels. It's sloppy. There's a whistle on the floor. It's a Fire ball. So Bendigo started the game with a 9-0 run. It's been an 8-0 run to start this third quarter for Townsville. A couple of subs will be called. They've halted the Bendigo train at the start of this second half of Townsville. Mansfield, Woods gets a cut from Froling, and Froling gets the two. Back to a 10-point game.
Froling and Woods have such a good connection for the first season playing together on those pick and roll actions.
Foul called. Mansfield none too pleased with the call. First foul on the Fire in this second half. Great battle between Mansfield and Whitcomb. Two experienced heads in the WNBL. Another foul on Townsville. Ellis trying to closely guard Whitcomb, trying to lock down on Sammy, who had 26 at half time.
And I don't mind that foul. That makes Sammy realise, hey, I have pressure on me. You get hit, you get bumped, it's annoying. And once you get that, your shots become a bit more frustrating. But here we have, again, Tolo, pick and roll action. She's so strong. She's so experienced, and she just gets it done for a team when needed.
First points of the third quarter for Bendigo. Ellis loses control. And it's going back to Whitcomb. She argues her case. It did look like it came off Ellis last, though. And Bendigo will get the Spalding back. 7.5 to play. Terrific start to this third quarter from Townsville. A 10-2 third quarter in favour of the Fire. Whitcomb grits the teeth, drives baseline, turns it over, and good luck catching Abby Ellis here. Oh, and she was fouled by Burton and will head to the line.
And good defense down the other end. Sammy went to drive baseline. She wanted that shot. Then you could see she forced the turnover, Ellis in the right spot. And I like that she, wanted to come to 2 feet because Burton was coming down like a steam train ready to block her.
Graduated from Purdue University with 2,000 points to her name. Another one of these stars who's had a really successful college career and come back to the WNBL and hit the ground running. So far this WNBL season, she's 8 of 10 now from the charity stripe, and the Fire back within 10. They've cut the margin in half from half-time in under 3 minutes of action. Wickham has had little room to move in this third stanza. Griffin catches and shoots off the Wilson pass.
That has to be a vintage connection between Wilson and the alley-oop for Griffin.
Awesome. Woods thinks about taking on Tolo, then kicks it out from Mansfield. Guarded by Wickham. Woods thought about the three. Takes on Griffin and is called for the offensive foul.
Great defense by Griffin. She knew that Woods was trying to go all the way to the basket with limited time on the shot clock and stood strong and took a charge. Great defense.
Now, floor sweeper in the Christmas pajamas, getting the job done. Just over 6.5 left to play in the third. Townsville with a big challenge here to Bendigo. Woods guarding Whitcomb closely. Fowler guarding Griffin. That's a tough attempt from Griffin, and she's still good enough to get it to go.
And she does have that mismatch on Fowler. She is that bit taller, so I like that option for the Spirit.
Oh, great response from Fowler at the other end. Gets her own mid-range two. And Townsville with a great third quarter here. Wickham steps back, in and out. Then Lauren Cox goes to work, brings the ball up the floor. Mansfield almost lost control, did lose control. Werung won it back. It's a jump ball. Ball, possession arrow rather, still with Townsville. Abby Werung, one of the best defensive guards in the WNBL for several seasons. We'll hold up here in play. We reset the shot clock back to 12. Ellis. Cox. Ellis. Takes on Tolo. Lobs it up high. Can't get it to go. Cox almost could have grabbed that cleanly off the glass. Doesn't matter in the end. Fresh 14 seconds for Townsville here. Mansfield gets the screen. Puts up the mid-range two. Is fouled and will go to the line. Really important rest of the season now for Lauren Mansfield. It's a pretty handy acquisition considering that they've lost Zaya Cook for the rest of the season, Beck. But you get the opportunity to give Lauren Mansfield more minutes and more responsibility in her 11th WNBL season.
And for me, Cook was a really great player. She was athletic, she could shoot from outside, she was great on the inside. But again, we don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but the fact you have Mansfield, who is so experienced, she's a general in that point guard position, can get players on the floor and get the ball where it needs to be. So it's not a bad thing, and you can tell the girls would be working together for so long. So although it is a missing piece, sometimes that happens in sport and you just have to get on with it.
A 48% free throw shooter, Lauren Cox. Marianne Tolo arguing for the hook of the arm foul previously. Cox gets both to go importantly, and it's a 10-point game again. Here's Werung.
And again, I like the fire that they're in this press because they're slowing it down. Spirit are starting their offense with 15 seconds on the shot clock, and it's allowed Fire to get deflections and stops.
Oh, great pass from Woods. Cox for Ellis, who's been Townsville's player of the game. Bendigo get away with one there. The Fire's ball movement real slick. Werung around the baseline, back into the lane, lobbing it up for Tolo, who caught it with the one hand, and he's rejected away by Cox. All the momentum now with Townsville. Cox, Fowler, Mansfield. Gets the screen from Cox again. Wilson wearing her closely. Ellis wants someone to cut inside. Goes herself. Can't get the two. Woods gets the rebound. Knocks it out of her hands. There's Griffin. But Woods turns around and gets the two. And it's under 10 points.
And hustle plays, extra possessions, they're the thing that will get Fire back in this game. What a possession that was from the Fire.
Fowler called for the foul off the ball. Getting aggressive on the inside there with Tolo. Great challenge here for the Bendigo Spirit. They have been the dominant team so far this WNBL season, undefeated, 8-0. But the Townsville Fire taking it up to them at the start of this third quarter.
And both teams are on 14 fouls here, so they should both keep staying aggressive and attacking because they might get some easy points at the line.
Wickham back on the floor here. Fades away for the mid-range two, in and out. After 26 in the first half, Wickham yet to score this quarter. Woods gotten busy this third term, hoping for Froling. They still keep control. Froling cuts inside, does Ellis, and will head to the line.
What a pass, and again, great cutting from Ellis off ball. She's done that a few times in today's game.
And one of the great developments in Alicia Froling's game, the natural left-hander, but she's become so adept with the right hand, shooting and passing in recent seasons. Abby Ellis already has the 15 points, make it 16, and it's a 7-point differential. What a fight back from Townsville. All nylon on both attempts. From 20 points down to 6, and still over 3.5 left to play in the third.
And credit to them, they've helped shut down as a team on Wickham. She hasn't been able to score. They've been able to force turnovers like this.
Yeah.
It makes other players from Spirit have to step up. And when one player has been helping the teams, so much for one half, sometimes, you're not in as much of a rhythm. So credit to the Fire for, really coming back and chipping away at this.
Mansfield lost control and it put it on the platter for Sammy Wickham, who missed. The easier shot in hoops claims another victim. Ellis, Woods, drives into the lane. Doesn't get the lucky roll, but there's a whistle. And it's a foul on the Spirit, and they're flabbergasted. Spirit in the bonus. Free throws coming up for Townsville.
And again, transition. Ellis 2 feet in the paint. Woods on the move, gets her feet in the paint and goes up strong for a jump shot now to the line for 2.
It was 52-32 at half-time. But the Townsville Fire have chipped away at this lead, and in the blink of an eye have cut a 20-point differential down to 4. Wickham, look away pass for Samuels, can't go. Field goal percentage right down in this third quarter. Mansfield draws the foul.
And what I said before, both teams were on 14 fouls. Fire are looking to attack, and they're creating opportunities for them at the foul line and making Spirit have to guard them and foul them. So it's a great tactic, and Fire are doing it perfectly.
Mansfield at the line. Just her second trip to the free throw line this season. Game number 202. Will now play a really important role this season. She hits both. Timeout called. Can you believe what we're seeing? Bendigo lead by only 2 points. All the momentum with Townsville. Bendigo fans stunned. Townsville with their tails up. A new look roster, but they are showing all the grit and determination and class of past Townsville teams under Coach Shannon Seabohm that have got them so deep in recent seasons. And no doubt this is on the players as well for leading the fight back, but there's got to be a part of this, Beck, where the coaching talent of Shannon Seabohm is on display, inspiring his troops to mount this fight back.
100%. Seabohm has been able to make changes at halftime, and the players have been able to implement those changes and really, I guess, put it to Spirit and had to make them change their game plan. And this is where now it's a game of chess. Fire have changed what they're doing on the defensive end. Okay, Spirit haven't adjusted. What does Coach Kennedy do now to react to what Coach Shannon Seabohm has put out? So this has been a great third quarter of basketball.
Foot Locker is celebrating 50 years of sneakers. Celebrate 50 years in the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. Full court press here out of the timeout from Townsville.
And for me, that's what has really been the difference for them in this third quarter.
Griffin on the floor. Werung thought about the three. Oh, Cox had her ankles broken. Werung misses the three. It goes out of bounds. Has not gone their way offensively at all in this third quarter, Bendigo. Even when the Abby Werung moves come off, Lauren Cox is on the floor. Townsville have an opportunity now to level up the scores or maybe even usurp Bendigo on the scoreboard. And there's still 2 minutes 20 left. Woods lost control though. Rare mistake in this quarter. Burton with the moves. Too tough, too good.
Great steal and tough finish by Burton. She's shown that time and time again so far this season.
And that kickstart Bendigo, although Cox gave it to Ellis, missed the tough two attempts. Griffin with the rebound. Burton and Ellis collide. Ellis called for the foul. Both players hit the floor in Bendigo.
And Spirit coming out of that timeout have lifted their defense intensity, have made Fire rush their shots. They've been able to get steals and run down the floor. And ooh, Ellis read that pretty well, but that's a tough collision there.
Burton just favouring her neck there. And I think referees just realising now that Bendigo, Townsville rather, is in the bonus. So Veronica Burton will head to the line, and she's a 91% free throw shooter. No good on this occasion. Pick 7 in the 2022 WNBA draft, coming off a WNBA season for Connecticut. She misses both. Led off for Townsville. Can they make Bendigo pay at the other end? The defense from Bendigo on song here. They've been severely challenged in this third term. Have the Bendigo Spirit. Mansfield and Cox combined. Mansfield, the mid-range two goes! Count the points, and she will head the line to complete a three-point play.
And a great pull-up, Jay, which is her bread and butter, going into that with confidence and now going to the line. Great play by Mansfield.
Lauren Mansfield hits double figures for the first time this season. Completes the three-point play, and it is a one-point ball game, 60-59. Still plenty of time left in this third quarter. Wilson for Burton, thought about the three. Now Whitcomb, can she catch fire here? Oh, she's emphatically denied by Cox. Quick response from Whitcomb. Oh my goodness! Incredible from Sammy Whitcomb. You just can't keep her out of the game. Burton almost forced the turnover. Mansfield goes to work, gets the pick from Froling. Another mid-range two. Another field goal for Lauren Mansfield.
And way to snake that. They high-hedged on her. She dribbled back to the right-hand side and just hit another one.
Oh my word, Sammy Whitcomb again.
Oh, but she looked at the Townsville bench after that one. She had something to say.
Bit of sizzle from Sammy. This is a high-quality game of hoops on a Saturday night. Mansfield again goes to the well in the mid-range two. Doesn't come off. Rebound number 7 for Sammy Whitcomb. 12-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Tolo for Whitcomb. Turns it over. Mansfield gets involved. No shot clock left and Mansfield calls for calm. They trailed by 20 points at halftime. They have played the third quarter of their lives. Ellis has led it superbly. Doesn't get the lucky roll, but they are well within striking distance as we turn for home. The top team being severely challenged on their home floor. At three-quarter time, Bendigo 65.
I'm going to give you one chance at a half-court shot, and I'll give you a $100 Chemist Warehouse voucher. Come on, folks! Let's make some noise! Goodness me, that's close. You know what we're going to do? At the next home game, we're going to make it 150. Unless I can make one shot.
Welcome back to Bendigo, where the home team's undefeated streak to start this season is in serious danger. Bendigo led by 20 at halftime, but Townsville, with their best quarter of the WNBL season so far, a 29 to 13 point quarter, have cut the margin to 4 at three-quarter time. Ben Waterworth with you alongside the Southside Flyers star captain, Beck Cole. And that was one of the most impressive quarters by any side, I reckon, Beck, considering the quality of the opposition from the Townsville Fire.
It was an entertaining quarter. We said earlier, we hope everyone grabbed their popcorn because we knew this was going to be a game. And it sure has definitely proved to be that way. And this is going to be an instrumental fourth quarter.
Whitcomb has 31, Griffin has 13. Besides that, all Bendigo scorers have 7 points or less. For Townsville, there are 4 players in double-figure points. Tolo, guarded by Cox. Great defense from Lauren Cox. Early turnover. And Townsville can strike first on the scoreboard from this play. Pick and roll between Woods and Cox. Tolo gets one back and sends it out of bounds off the hands of the Townsville import. All ball from Tolo. 10 on the shot clock here. Mansfield almost had a clean look there. Woods been important in his fight back. Cox puts up the three, well short, and an easy rebound for Tolo. Board number 7 for Tolo, but just her first of the second half. Burton wants the screen. It's one from Tolo. Samuels, can she catch fire? Wants some help, doesn't get much. So she goes herself and banks it in off the glass.
And that is a tough shot. That's great defense, just better offense on that occasion.
They threw everything at Bendigo in the third. Can they double down in the fourth, Townsville? Woods. Oh, Whitcomb. She put it up in her face, did Woods. Then the foul is called. Lucky break there because Mariana Tolo was in the vicinity too.
And Woods has done a good job tonight. If she's attacked the basket, missed her shot, she's followed her rebound and stuck with it and been able to create some fouls.
As for 10 points, so the 6th time this season that Courtney Woods has hit double figures. Also has the 10 rebounds and 5 assists, so her first double-double of the season for Courtney Woods. And she's importantly good on both free throws. It's back to a 4-point differential. Don't go anywhere, folks. This top 4 clash living up to all expectations. Wilson for Samuels. Lobs it up for Tolo, bad pass. And Woods comes up with it just. Gets away from Whitcomb. And Ellis calls for calm. Gets the screen again from Cox, who's doing a mountain of work in the pick position at the moment. 5 to shoot for Mansfield. Has to drive inside with Toller in her face. Knocks it down. Big second half, Lauren Mansfield, 15 points for the game.
And this matchup zone that Townsville is in is making Spirit sort of second guess themselves, make passes. They're sort of all looking at one another about who's going to, make this offense work. So it's been great by the Fire.
Woods levels the scores at 67 apiece. Incredible performance from Townsville. Samuels with the screen. Great defense, Mansfield. Burton gets around somehow. Kicks it out for Samuels. Must hit. Doesn't hit. Great box out from Woods on Tolo. And Mansfield is all alone. They get away with one big time there, Bendigo. That was very un-Bendigo-like in that transition for Mansfield to be so wide open from the perimeter.
It was, and Mansfield's been on fire in this second half. So Spirit definitely got away with one with Mansfield missing a 3.
This is where the experience of Griffin and Whitcomb and Tolo and Wilson really needs to come to the fore. Mansfield in her element here, as is Courtney Woods. Full extension there on the 2-point attempt, but can't get it to go. Bendigo with a chance to take back the lead. Whitcomb has Burton wide open for 3. Knocks it down.
And big 3 from Veronica Burton at this stage in the game. They respond to the Townsville challenge, but Mansfield at the other end gets the unlucky roll on that occasion. In and out went the Spalding. Bendigo reset. Just over 6 minutes to play. Griffin hits the floor. Burton works her way inside and gets over Cox. And a timeout is called. And a great backdoor cut. Sammy making that dribble penetration, causing Burton's defender to come to her, allowed Burton to get that backdoor cut as her defender turned her head. Much better movement off that defense from the Fire.
Timeout is called. 72-67 is the scoreline. An important point probably to make now, Beck, with 6 minutes to go, is this is Townsville's first game since November 29, so over 2 weeks since their last game. Yes, they've done probably the double flight from Townsville to Melbourne, then the drive north to Bendigo from there, but they should be fresh at the same time.
They should be, unless Coach Seabom has put them into a pre-season 2-week training camp. But they should be fresh. But this is where experience, to me, really does wonders. That is, to me, what can really win you games when it is so close. And you said the names before. Tolo, Wilson, Whitcomb, Griffin. You couldn't ask for more experienced players like that. But this is where the Fire, they've chipped away. They've proven, why they are a top 3 team. But this is going to be a game down to the wire, like we said. But who can look after the ball, not turn it over, play really good defense, and then on offense, make those smart decisions.
Just one player on this Townsville roster has the 100 or more WNBL games, and it's that player on screen now, Lauren Mansfield. Different story at Bendigo. Mansfield loses control. Griffin regains it. They've got the last couple of scores of this one have Bendigo. They've got their stars out on the floor at the moment. Griffin in the corner.
And Spirit hitting some big threes down the stretch of this fourth quarter.
Big time play from Griffin. Now Townsville have to come up with the response. Mansfield kicks it out. Fowler has a good look for 3, and she responds at the other end.
And I love that Fowler shot that. She's a great three-point shooter. And because she's missed a few of her shots, she hasn't been as confident to pull the trigger, but Fire need her to be a threat.
Burton goes to work. She's got terrific handles. Misses the three-point shot. Werung, important touch in there to give Bendigo another look on offense.
And you need to get rebounds if you're the defense. At this stage in the game, you can't let the offense have second opportunities.
Strong hands there from Cox off the glass. And the missed two-point shot from Burton. Mansfield thought about stepping back for 3. Instead went to Fowler. 75-70 ball game. Woods kicks it out. Fowler again for 3. Yes! Alex Fowler showing that she's just as dominant from beyond the arc. What a game of hoops. Werung pulls up for the mid-range too. It was there, but no good. Townsville through Courtney Woods, lose control. Griffin comes up with it. Such an underestimated part of her game, if that's possible, is her ability to force turnovers. Ellis with a hand in there. Tolo with 9 to shoot. Burton. Mansfield not allowing a pick. She has to take on Cox. She does, and she beats her for 2.
What a move by Burton. Oh my God.
What a player. What a contest. Veronica Burton has taken over in this fourth quarter. Ellis gets around Griffin, gets 2. What are we seeing?
The point guards on both teams going to work.
Aussie hoops at its best here. Almost Ellis. She can't believe it, the foul is called, but importantly, that's the first team foul on Townsville in this fourth quarter, and we've still got over 3 minutes left.
And I don't mind that foul again, being aggressive. And that is what Ellis can bring, and you need to keep doing that, and they can. Like you said, it's only their first team foul, so I love that aggression.
Burton. Out for Griffin. Oh, she takes it on, in and out. Tolo with a huge rebound. A massive rebound and 2 points for her. And they just can't quite break the spirit yet, Townsville. Mansfield, Woods, 10 to shoot. Drives hard inside. Fowler's hit 2 big threes. Cox wants it against Tolo. Ellis back for Cox, has to put it up. Fowler for 2. Can't get it to go. Big defensive play there from Bendigo. Werung entrusted with the floor duties here with Samuels on the bench. Werung lobs it up for Tolo again. Wanted the call, none forthcoming. Whitcomb, they only have 1 to shoot. Werung! Abby Werung with an epic triple. Just when her team needed it. Ellis loses their footing, foul is called.
Could that be the shot that puts the nail in the coffin right there? That is a big-time 3 from Werung.
Had very little time to work with on the shot clock as well, but Abby Werung good enough to hit.
And both teams working hard. You can see all the guards are gassed. They're pushing the ball on offense. They're defending down to the wire of the shot clock. What a great game of basketball we have here tonight, Ben.
Still just under 2 minutes remaining, which as we know is a long time in this sport. Woods from the corner. And a big rebound there from Fowler. Ellis thought about the 3. Took on 3 Bendigo players and couldn't get it to go. And an important stop from the Spirit. And you sense they'll milk the shot clock as much as possible here. Whitcomb has the moves. And she has the bank open. Sammy Whitcomb gets 2, takes her tally to 33. And just like that, the Spirit are back out to a 9-point lead. Timeout is called. And everything now you sense has to go right for the Townsville Fire, who can't have played much better tonight. They've thrown everything at Bendigo.
And sometimes that is the case when you've been chasing for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
It's hard to, when it gets back to 5, 3 points or even equal, it's so hard just to go that next step and keep the lead. And you know, that's the fun in watching a game of basketball like this and it just shows. Again, we've said the experience that the Spirit have, they settled. You can tell they took control of this last couple of minutes, but Fire, like, what a comeback.
Yeah. Really impressive from Townsville. Considering as well they lost their import just a couple of days ago. On the road against an undefeated Bendigo side. Still not out of it. But Bendigo have come up with some big moments. Abby Werung justifying her time on the floor with that 3-point attempt. Saffron Shields also having some time on the floor here. Shields for Cox, for Woods, good look here for 3. They're not done with yet.
That was a delightful sideline play drawn up by Shannon and well executed by the Fire.
6-point differential, 70 seconds left. Whitcomb almost had it taken away there from Ellis and Shields. Hustle defense. Tolo, Werung again! Misses, no foul off the rebound. Woods brings it into the front half. Less than a minute left. The co-captain, Courtney Woods, for Fowler. Goes inside, kicks it out. Woods again. Thought about the 3. 8 to shoot. Cox loses control. Woods into the corner. Shields misses. Fowler rebounds. Can't get the 2. Shields gets the lucky roll. Timeout called. 32 seconds on the clock. 4-point ball game.
And you could tell the Fire were trying to get up another 3-point shot. And the Spirit just did such a good job to close out, get their hands up, create that little fumble that allowed them not to get the shot up. So great defense, but Fowler, way to go and get a second opportunity. And then Saffron Shields come in and get the 2 points. So they need to get a stop right now, and they need a quick shot for the Fire do.
They're big for Saffron Shields as well. That Shannon Seabohm said during the off-season that Shields has the potential to be the best player in the WNBL one day, only 18 years of age. What an opportunity to show your talent in a high-pressure situation like this. You mentioned they need to get a stop here, Townsville. Who are you looking for? What are you looking for defensively? Are they going full-court press? Is it just full-on hustle here, Beck?
I would either go a full court press or it's just full court denial. You're denying all your players, not letting them get the ball, hoping you can get a tip or a deflection, or it's a trap straight out of that first pass.
8 straight wins for Bendigo. But you sense they haven't been challenged like they have today in this second half. They led by as much as 20 at halftime. But Townsville have put 48 points on Bendigo in this second half alone.
And we see Fire ready to set up in their full court press.
Griffin will have the inbounds pass. Safely into the hands of Whitcomb. Fowler gives away the foul, and importantly, just the second team foul for Townsville, and it could be a lot of stop-start action over the next 28 seconds of game time.
And it isn't a bad foul because they have the opportunity to get the ball back, but it does reset the shot clock and allow Spirit to have more time. So they really need to make sure they can get a steal here.
Burton, foul by Shields, third team foul. Another 2.5 seconds off the clock for Bendigo. Werrun takes a seat. Kelly Wilson steps back onto the floor. Abby Werrun has done her job big time though. Griffin. Whoa. Now Woods hits the deck. Woods rather made Whitcomb hit the deck. That's the 4th team foul. And I think it's been called an unsportsmanlike foul as well. It has, so Sammy Whitcomb will be heading to the charity stripe. Courtney Woods with her second foul, and Whitcomb gets that one to go.
And that's just unfortunate. Woods wouldn't have done that on purpose,
No.
but the fact Whitcomb went one way, changed direction, went back, no one in front of her. She goes to the line for 2, and that's just really an unlucky foul there. That is unfortunately called a technical.
35 points for Sammy Whitcomb. Wilson almost had it ripped away there from Fowler. It's a jump ball possession arrow with Townsville. 23 seconds to make up 6 points. We've got a timeout.
And I'm sure Coach Seabohm will be drawing up another play that will most likely have to be for a 3-point shot, that is for sure.
They're not a massive 3-point shooting team as well. The Townsville Fire, Courtney Woods their best at 36%. Interesting, Nia Locke is a 44% 3-point shooter, but she's behind Seabohm here, so she won't be on the floor. But so far in this game, Ellis is 3 of 5, Mansfield 2 of 5, Woods 1 of 3 from deep, Fowler 2 of 3 from deep. You called before that Alex Fowler's a terrific 3-point shooter, so they do have options.
They do, and I'm intrigued to see how Spirit want to defend. They'll make sure they keep their hands out. They don't want to foul. They want to make sure that the Fire is definitely not getting a 3-point shot. If it's any shot, it's only 2.
Pretty handy players on the floor for Bendigo, experience-wise. But this talented Townsville roster has laid down the gauntlet. Shields finds Woods, just. No easy shots. Griffin is, oh, she stepped out of bounds. Fowler stepped out of bounds. And that's a big blow for Townsville. Burton is double teamed, there's no shot clock left. Wilson brings it into the front floor. Whitcomb takes control. Townsville won't foul. And Bendigo were severely challenging this second half, but the spirit can't be broken of this Bendigo side yet. 9 wins on the trot for this star-studded roster. 86-80, the final score in an epic game of top 4 WNBL action. Terrific performance from the Bendigo Spirit. It was set up in the first quarter with a 28-16 first quarter. They led by 20 at halftime. The 29-13 third quarter from Townsville made this a serious game of basketball. But this Bendigo side continues to respond back to every challenge thrown at them.
They have credit to Fire to come back in that second half and challenge the Spirit, but it just shows how well they have built their chemistry, how they're playing for one another, the belief that they have, and really that their experience just helped them get across the line in today's game.
They huddle in the middle of Red Energy Arena as we have a look back at some of the game highlights, and there were plenty. It was a high quality game as well. We saw great action. We're seeing obviously a lot of the offensive highlights, but Beck, I know you and I are both really impressed by the defensive accountability of both sides as well. That certainly got Townsville back into the game in that third quarter.
It really did. They had to make changes coming out of the half. Coach Shannon Seabohm definitely did that, and the girls, they put up that full court press. They came back into that matchup zone, really slowed Bendigo down. But the Spirit, they were just able to get their momentum again with a couple of timeouts and find the open players. And to be honest, they had some big plays and big shots from some big-time players.
They really did. Sammy Wickham with a death stare and a half towards the Townsville bench in the middle of that third quarter. But overall, Beck, 5 players for Townsville with double-figure points, 17 each for Courtney Woods and Abby Ellis, 15 for Lauren Mansfield as well. A terrific performance from her. But this is Sammy Wickham on screen. She moved to Bendigo this year, not only to win a championship, but to make family life a little bit easier. We're seeing her thrive as well, and that was on full display. Just a lazy 35 points, a season high for Sammy Wickham, who continues remarkably to get better.
And she started the first half absolutely red hot and firing. Everything she was touching was turning to gold at that point in time, and Fire came out. They definitely slowed her down in that third quarter, but again, she stepped up big in that fourth and she made some crucial shots, and you know, she didn't shy away. She still kept being aggressive.
There was that three and that stare to the Townsville bench as well. She finished with 35.7 rebounds and 6 assists as well to be the most dominant player on the floor. 5 of 8 in three-point territory as well. So Bendigo get their 9th consecutive victory in the first of 2 games here on Saturday night WNBL action. 86-80 victory. Coming up next though, another game in country Victoria. It's Geelong United up against the Sydney Flames, and then tomorrow the Adelaide Lightning and the UC Capitals, a really important game. Beck, we got the close one that we're after.
We sure did. We weren't completely positive about that in the first half,
yes,
but what a game we had in the second. This brand of basketball that the WNBL is showing this season is just super exciting, and it shows how talented these players are and what great role models we have, not just as athletes, but also just women and role models off the floor as well.
Well said, Beck. On behalf of Beck Cole and our entire hard-working team behind the scenes, this is Ben Waterworth signing off from beautiful Bendigo. We're the home team. We're severely challenged, but good luck breaking the spirit of this Bendigo side. 9 wins on the trot for Kennedy Kerryama's side, but they were made to earn it against the Townsville Fire. 86-80 winners on a Saturday night. Good night.